Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Zigzag here. Welcome back to another GeoGuessr video. Today I'm joined by one of my good friends, Barbar Binks, aka Finbar. He is an Irish pro player and is one of, if not the best Russia player in the world. Now, a couple of months ago, Finn released this document detailing a whole bunch of different metas surrounding Russia. It included where you can find the different coverage, which oblasts have the different cars, and perhaps most importantly, where you can find different styles of antenna around the country. For example, this is where you can find the long, straight, unblurred, long antenna in Russia. Look, there are tons of variations on the antennas. I won't bore you with them now, but suffice to say, he's become really good at using them. However, in today's video, we're going to take away those metas for him and make him play without a compass and without the Google car. Meanwhile, I'll be able to use those. So even though I'm a far inferior player on Russia, I think the power of these metas will be on display and it should be relatively even. So we'll play 3 duels and hopefully I can at least win one of these. Okay, so Finn, any words before we get into things here?
I'm scared that I'm gonna need Karameta on some rounds, but hopefully it's gonna be some good games anyway.
Yeah, it should be very interesting to see what happens here. And let's not forget the compass as well, which is really important for getting those really long straight roads in the middle of nowhere, so that'll be interesting. Okay.
Yeah, compass is pretty important.
Let's jump into the first one here. Best of luck, Finn, and may the better man win. Okay, here we go against Mr. Barbar Binks, and it should be a really interesting game here. I don't really know how it's going to go for us, but I really hope we can at least pull a respectable performance here. And so the first one here, we have the blurred antenna. Now this is an interesting one. You find that most often south in the country and then often a bit up north as well. Now he's not guessed yet, which is good. I would say this is deep south. We don't see any birch trees around and these like kind of hills are very dry as well. So I want to say this is south. You could maybe see this kind of landscape maybe in Ufa or something like that. But yeah, in my opinion, it should be like somewhere maybe Nelchik area, maybe Grozny or something like that. Could also see this area here. So I'm just going to click somewhere like Patyagorsk, I think is a decent shout here in this region. But I do think it's going to be somewhere in southern Russia. Now for him, obviously without seeing the angle of the road, also without seeing the antenna, this might be a whole lot more difficult. But of course, I'm at least happy that he didn't guess before me. That seems to be a good sign. We'll see what happens here though. And so, okay, well south there. Yeah, he goes for a similar guess to me. So yeah, no complaints there. We're playing 10,000 health because Russia, as soon as you're on the wrong side, gets pretty hectic. But okay, this is good. Oh, we have smudges in the sky. You know, he can use the smudges in the sky because the car script does not block those. So we're gonna have to play well on this round. Well, this one's probably found like the most widely. It's like between Krasnoyarsk and Moscow basically. And I think this is a bit further east. So I'm trying to think what I actually liked best here. So I don't think it's Krasnoyarsk, but it could be somewhere near Novosibirsk, Kemerovo, something like that here. Could also see it being like around Tyumen or something like that. But I might hedge it a bit here, go like Novosibirsk. I think so. I think it's at least decently possible here. I'm not really too sure here. I do like the fact that he has no compass though, so that helps us here. This is directly east to west. So maybe actually something in Tyumen fits better here. I mean, like there are these sections that are directly east to west there. So I may just try that, you know. I'm gonna go for it here. We both guessed and oh no, how has he managed to get the road there? I was in Saransk. How has he managed to get the road there with no compass? I'm not really too sure. Probably those smudges in the sky helped, but that's just the way it goes, guys. Okay, next one here is pretty simple. We got the purple fireweeds here, which are common in the north of Russia. We have hills here as well. This is interesting. So I think Murmansk area is working quite nicely here just because we have that much in terms of like kind of north kind of trees, meanwhile also quite hilly. But I don't know, this type of round does kind of haunt me a bit. We also have larches here. This actually should be East Russia, which is good. So maybe we could get an advantage here. So I'd assume it's somewhere up near where I've clicked. So somewhere up here. Now, the question is, where do we want to go? Is it up further towards Magadan or is it near Yakutsk? I'm not really sure. I might just kind of click halfway between them here just because I'm not really sure. I think that area generally has some pretty volcanic rock. Seems like we actually do have some here. So yeah, I'll go a bit further west here. Let's go like in this town here. That's fine. And okay, well, it's just downtown Magadan there. That's pretty good. He gets pretty far away. So that's a bit of damage back on our side there. Pretty happy with that. Yeah, and of course I'll have the document linked in the description. So you guys can go check out exactly some of these clues I'm talking about. That one was just a bit of knowing the trees though. It is still useful. Here we have, interesting, like a silver car with a blurred antenna. This is really interesting to me. What is going on here? Oh, we have like big mountains to our south or west and then the ocean to our north. Yeah, this is weird. So is that indeed a black car or a silver car? Because silver car would normally be found in this region here and it's quite rare. Maybe we could be in Krasnodar or something like that. Like it could be possible that we were like on this or something. Alternatively, if it's just the black car, just with the sun awkwardly shining on it, then we could be all the way in Asia here as well. It's actually not out of the question. The yellow flowers also feel a bit further north than what I was thinking here. So I'm a bit confused by that. Now I'm looking for birch trees. Looks like we do have birch trees here. So yeah, I have to completely switch my guess here. And I don't think it could What about something over here? In Sakhalin. It seems like the most likely to me at this point. This is a weird round. This is the road angle here. You have to be going along the ocean. Like this is, I don't know, this is highly dodgy. It could be this road here. And I guess it could be also this road here as well. Yeah, I think this is the most likely. I'm gonna go for it here. I feel like with the ocean, either he's gonna miss this by a mile because he doesn't see this, or he's gonna absolutely nail it. So that's my prediction here. I do feel good about Asia here, honestly, just because it was feeling a bit further north. And yeah, I was right. He got the 5K. He was probably just waiting for me and being polite, to be honest. But at least, you know, we got the right area, so that's good. Glad I didn't go for a horrible guess there. But as soon as you see birch trees, it shouldn't be all the way south in Russia. Next one here. Do we have any useful car meta here? Looks like we might have the red car here. It's actually kind of hard to say, so I'm not too sure. I think it is the red car. So that would make things maybe further over towards Tomsk instead of Komi here. So I think the main options were like this area here, like Komi, or somewhere over here near Tomsk, maybe like kind of this eastern part of Tomsk here. So that's what I'll go for here. I could also see this being around this town here, which I think had similar coverage. I almost want to try that. I'm gonna try it just because I feel like I've seen really similar rounds here before that he was showing me. But I think with the red car here, theoretically this is the red car, which you should see further east, like around this section rather than over here. I think he might go there though. And okay, it was Tomsk. Oh man, that's where I had it clicked, but that's okay. Without him seeing the car, that's a pretty impressive guess. And so we're definitely getting taken down here. It hasn't been a shameful performance. We have been closer sometimes, but some of these rounds, like the Saransk round was just nuts. Okay, this one here, very rocky. We've got the white car here. So this one should be somewhere on Petropavlovsk. I think that one has the white car often, and it also has these thin trees. Now we need the road angle here. He obviously doesn't have the road angle, so that's an advantage for us here. And this one is kind of going south, so that's making sense for this kind of area here. And now we just kind of line up the road angle, I would say. And so this kind of thing here, working quite nicely, just anything along here, I would say. The paved road's also more common to the south here, though I'm not really seeing it here. Maybe it's this section here. Yeah, I like that. Actually, this road angle is quite correct. So didn't really take the time to really look at this, but I mean, yeah, it's not the exact right stretch, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the right kind of area here. So we'll see. Oh man, how is he 5K'ing this stuff without the compass? It's quite wild. He's just looking at the bends in the road and still gets close to them. Okay, so that's at least good. We got the right region of Petropavlovsk, only losing 1,000 points there. It's fine. Next one here, we have a lot of birches and maybe Chelyabinsk or something like that here. Normal long antenna car. I think I would go for that. Yeah, also the road quality fairly poor. I think I'll just go for it here. Definitely reminded me of that, so I'm just gonna go. Maybe also the psychology that I guessed so soon could play into our favor. Maybe he thinks there's something obvious because Chely is normally a bit difficult, but we'll see. Okay, he goes for the same guess. Ends up being in Penza there. Kind of a difficult round, I think. So even though we are slightly further away, it's no big deal. So that's been interesting so far. I really want to win one, but it's obviously proving itself difficult. This one here is just an easy Kaliningrad. Now, he's actually going to get close here, so we got to think a bit about this one. But Kaliningrad often has these like oak trees next to the road, which you just don't really see next to the road in Russia. Actually, apple trees as well. I think if it's a bit more wintry, we click a bit more western, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Okay, there. We were slightly closer. Not really a very interesting round there, though, to be honest. 100 points is not bad. Okay, can we get him below 5,000? I'd really like that here. Hopefully this round is, you know, difficult enough that we can. We have a blurred antenna here. This is useful. This is very useful. Honestly, this could be the most useful round so far. And now, do we have any birches? I think this might be deep south, you know. Okay, I'm gonna go for a risk here. I'm not entirely sure if it's here, but I think this might be this region here. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm sending it. Sochi area often is feeling quite warm like this. I could be completely wrong, but just something about the whole round feels quite Western Russian. And then like some of these bollards are more the European style, and then it should be somewhere down there. And it was. Okay, we clicked the same road there. I'm happy with that guess. Honestly, it wasn't a particularly easy round. Without the blurred antenna, I still think that's pretty gettable. So not surprising that he got it, to be honest. Okay, next one here could advantage us here. No, yeah, see, we have no red car here. So this is very good for us. Has to be Western Russia because it feels very north. And the question is, where do we want to go? I think this is most likely to be Komi, maybe. Arkhangelsk just as likely, honestly. I don't really know. We have a significant hill here. Yeah, let's get the road angle as well here. I don't really know what I exactly think, but this is pretty east-west. I don't know. The hill in the background is throwing me a bit here. I don't really know what I make of that. It could be something that heads up towards like this border here. So, but the trees, then again, the trees are not that thin. So I'm just gonna click where I have it here. I think it's a fine guess. Okay, was a bit further south there. Good guess, and we're getting him below 8K at least, which is nice. Bit of a comeback here. See if we can keep it up. This is also north, and also the car should help us here. Red car there. This one is, yeah, all the way north. You can see the trees are very thin, and we have the road angle advantage here. I think we should quickly line something up. It's very east-west here. Nadim area could certainly work here. Can be anywhere from like here. I could say it can go up to like Meso or Salikard, so I'm just gonna go in the middle. Should be fine. Was Salikard, but yeah, always a difficult region for me. me. So 500 points damage there, and getting him to 6999, nice, is good. So let's continue on here. Round number 12. This has gone the distance. We've actually not made horrible guesses here. It's a normal antenna, generic S, and the trees here. Do we have any larches or anything here? Looks like we might. Just trying to work out how far eastern this would be. Looks like we have lots of like small pine trees. That's kind of a clue for around the Kazan area, which I do think is possible here. But at the same time, I'm not sure how much I trust that on around like this. I may just go for it here because it's something he's told me about quite a number of times, these small pine trees being for that area. And okay, the steering wheel's on the left here, so that would also fit quite nicely. So yeah, if the steering wheel was on the right, I might be more tempted to go around Krasnoyarsk or something like that. But ultimately here, I think this guess should be decent. Okay, very happy with that result. Almost 1,000 points, and we didn't get the Oblast, but we're significantly close there, so really cannot complain. So yeah, the comeback is starting to happen here, especially because you can't see the car. We have to remember, he can't see the long antenna there, so that is somewhat useful to me. Next one here, we also have this kind of fireweed, so it should be fairly north, and yeah, we don't have any like Google car here, so I think this is Arkhangelsk. I'm just trying to see if it's got any big hills. We could be in Murmansk still, where you can see that fireweed quite commonly, though I think all in all, yeah, hills are rather small, so I think I prefer Arkhangelsk here. And you know, the trees are pretty thin. The problem is it's not that forested, and Arkhangelsk is very forested as a whole, so maybe Murmansk could actually be the play here. No, I'm interested to see what he would be thinking here. I think I may actually switch to Murmansk just because I don't see, like, maybe it's just a clearing. It could actually be pretty thickly forested. I could hedge between here. Ultimately, I think I should pick. And I'm gonna go Murmansk. It's a last minute decision, but I'm gonna try it. And okay, it was just in Arkhangelsk, just in a clearing there. So you can see, like, that dark green should indicate a lot of forest, but unfortunately, kind of a silly guess there perhaps. But GG's.
GG, well played. Had some very close rounds there. I was scared of like red care on a few of those rounds, just with the northern vibes. But like, it's nice that you can rule it out or confirm it, which I was missing.
Yeah.
That's like the main difference I noticed. I'm trying to think. Like the compass is like really hard. Like, you know, the southern round, like that road is like pretty straight north-south, so it's pretty recognizable due to the compass. But like, I had no clue, so.
Right. All in all, I think the chances of me being able to beat you here are still pretty low, but I will give it one more try, and then we might have to change the rules, all right?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, good luck.
Good luck.
Back into it again. I want to at least get him below half health here. I think if we lose this one, we may have to move to no moving, panning, or zooming for him, in which case we should win. But regardless, let's just jump into things here. This is a normal antenna, generic. Well, I wonder if there's anything useful there. The whole round itself is urban, so it makes it more difficult here. I think it's more Western Russia here, though I don't really have a good reason for saying that, to be honest. So it's a bit of a dubious round, I would say. Regardless, I thought of just maybe Nizhny Novgorod here. I'm just gonna plonk that because I think that's kind of the right latitude. Could be a bit further north, but that's kind of the general area, I think. Also, the fact that I see farmland in the background here feels more Western Russia in a way. But yeah, this is a very difficult round, and I think it's pretty plonkish. And yeah, it was near, it was in Sarinsk there. That's very far east. Obviously, a huge amount of damage there. I don't really know if I can say too much there. He'll probably have some good reason why it was all the way east, but as for me, I didn't really know. This is a good one for us though. So we got the antenna here. Points to the left, the top thing here. So I think this is going to be in the Altais area, and that would mean that it wouldn't be cheetah, because the cheetah antenna would have the thing at the very top facing to the right. So that's useful for us here. Now, okay, how big are the hills here? Relatively flat, honestly. And then we should line up the road and try and get it up this way. So this section of road here is honestly looking quite good, especially with the flatness. And then this section of road, honestly not quite working as well. So I would say we're somewhere over here. Which is one of the roads that's covered. And honestly, this is like fitting pretty perfectly. So let's just check out the bends here. Nothing there, nothing there. I think I'm happy to go for that. In this region of Russia, you have this yellow road, and this one connecting them, as well as this one that goes up to Abazar. So there is quite a bit of coverage there. He still manages to get 25k. That was a straight road. I'm just unsure how he's managed to get so close there, but hey, at least we gained some respect back there with a decently close guess. Next one here is pretty difficult, I would say. Kaliningrad kind of vibes here. Oh yeah, we have the oak trees here, so it's actually not difficult at all. Let's just get in here. Okay, we managed to region guess it quite nicely again there by seeing it's a bit less dreary, so we went a bit further east. It's a good result. Okay, but it's very hard to get off your back, Finbar. He rarely makes bad guesses. This one's an interesting one though. We have the white car. This would make it further east in Russia. Now, I have seen rounds like this, like in this kind of area. Also, like white cars found all over the country, but just with the vibes as well. When we don't have any birch trees, I think, just kind of feels southern. So I would say we just go Vladivostok here. It's somewhere in this region. I also have seen rounds like around Belogorsk that look like that, and around Khabarovsk, but I think it's definitely East Russia. So I think you'll get this. Honestly, I think without white car, it is pretty gettable, and it was down to Vladivostok. Vladivostok there, so we do gain something off him here. But yeah, I mean, definitely like a more moderate Russia player who was better than me, but not as good as Finn, wouldn't be able to get it based on vibes, but he can also just go on vibes, which is frustrating, obviously. Here we have the blurred antenna. So that would put us somewhere in the Urals here, which is where it's really common, as well as south, but this is clearly not south based on the trees, or at least I think so. We could be wrong, but it feels too cold. Yeah, I would say so. So Ufa area here, anywhere in this kind of region here is working quite nicely here, and I'm gonna go Usha here. It really feels like it's in the heart of the Urals to me, so I think I'm happy to go for that. And okay, was in the Ural Mountains region there, but just further west. He's slightly closer than us there, but nothing too crazy. So after the first round, it's been pretty much even, but the first round was so devastating. We lost 4,000 points. It's just a bit depressing. Next one here, yeah, we have the car, just the generic one with the black long antenna here, and this one I'm honestly kind of fretting about. We have green roofs. That's kind of more common in Eastern Russia. Yeah, we have that kind of rolling, like, agricultural landscape, which I was fooled by last time, but honestly, I want to go in a similar area. I do. So I think I'm going to give that a go. I'm going to guess in the same spot, just to prove that, like, just to prove that I think this is also what it looks like, but watch it be just Kemerovo region again, and we absolutely get burnt here. Okay, see, very similar round to the last time. This time, it's actually correct. We get 100 points there. Very good. Okay, so can at least be happy with that. I think it, like, at least proves that I was somewhat cooking on the last one. This one's an easy suckle in with the cabbage everywhere. Should be more southern here, I imagine. We got the west coast. I'm not going to let him land things up here. I'm just going to go like that. He tried to line up the road, but I don't need to. I just plonk in the mountains and get it easily, bro. No problem for Zigzag. Okay, so we can actually still win this duel. I'm starting to see some hope here. This also could be difficult. It is going to be Eastern Russia. The thing is, I knew it before I saw the white car, so he definitely will. We see some bigger mountains here. No birches. Should be somewhere in that kind of southern region here once again. I'm just going to go here. Could see it being even all the way up to here. Even could be south of Vladivostok, but this kind of region here is what that looks like to me. And yep, was that south region. So again, just basically equidistant there. So there's a lot of rounds where we both kind of nail it, but it's really those rounds where someone gets the wrong continent that really screw things over. Okay, this is interesting though. So we don't have a red car here. It's good to know. Or is it slightly red maybe? Actually kind of difficult to say here. Regardless, this is very dead. This kind of coverage is very common in like Volgograd, kind of on a hill here. I think Volgograd may have some slight elevation, but it's a bit weird. Honestly, with this much snow though, it might be better to just go Saratov. Voronezh, Saratov, Volgograd. That's my main three ideas. I'll go Saratov instead. And okay, instead it was all the way over there near Livny. So we would have been better off going in Voronezh, but we're basically equidistant, so that's fine. Bigger hills for what I expected from that region, but yeah, you do get hills there, I think. Okay, next one here. Standard antenna, unfortunately, slightly left tilted, interestingly. We have, yeah, some big mountains there. Lots of birches going on here and a lot of rocks as well. Oh, that's weird. So I think this should be like Altai region as well. Let's check out what we got going on here. Looks like the antenna thing has the left leaning one, so that's good. Yeah, not too much to say apart from that. Okay, so let's just get the road angle here. It's like we're kind of going west, so I would say it might be this road here, like the Atkash road, so maybe around this kind of region. I don't really know what's going on here, to be honest. I thought this road might have like a better road quality. Like this one definitely has the worst road quality, but I don't know. I still think I'll go for this. I think it's correct. I don't really know, but the mountains here are definitely huge, so surely it's Altais. I think so. Okay, it was Irkutsk area instead. He goes Cheetah. They're a bit closer than us. Fortunately, it's only 1.2k damage because he didn't 5k at all, but that could have been bad. I don't know. I did also think that was a possible region, but wasn't convinced. Next one here is interesting. So we have a bunch of those green roofs again. But as we saw last time, those were quite east, or quite, they're normally quite east, but they were quite west last time. Here we have like a lot of those like kind of small pine trees again. So I'm thinking of going like Kazan area, but maybe more towards Zhevsk or like Perm or something like that. Kind of gives me more that kind of north vibe, so I'm gonna try that. This was further west in Vladimir. He goes in Leningrad, so not the best, not the worst either, but yeah, I think with Finn it's just like, even on the hard rounds, it's hard for me to catch him out, because often I just don't really know enough Russia to get out a good guess. But here's another hard one. It feels kind of Asian, and yet we have the black car, so it can't be too far east. Ooh, we have some blurs here. I don't really know. He might get confused by that. Probably not though. He's too good. It definitely kind of feels like Eastern Russia though, so I thought of like kind of cheetah looking mountains, Ulan Uda, which normally doesn't have this camera generation. Maybe around Irkutsk here could work. I kind of like it with this like kind of embankment stuff going on here. Have an Asian car as well. An Asian Russia already feeling kind of likely because because that's not an Asian car. Interesting. That is also just a big truck. Maybe this is much further west than I thought. I'm committed now. I'm just gonna go for it. And okay, we actually went to the same place there. It was Krasnoyarsk, so it was Asia still. Was in Kansk instead, so I mean, not too bad, but yeah. Next one here. This one, ooh, we have a lot of rocks on the side of the road here. Car, is it black car or is it white car? Blurred antenna here. This could be a good round for us, honestly. I think it's kind of difficult. Oh, he probably knows this like slight blur here though, to be honest. Yeah, technically speaking, that's a blurred antenna. And then we have this crazy, like, I'm worried about this. Why do I not know it? Is it just Sakhalin? I think so. I think that's the thing that makes the most sense to me here. Like North Sakhalin, or maybe like in this region. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, it was there. We go for the same guess there. That's a, like, honestly, with like 5 less seconds, I'm not sure where I would have gone, but at least we survived there, so that's good. Okay, next one here should be somewhere in that Magadan region. I thought. Oh no, it's 3, never mind. So we have larches everywhere here, and we have a unblurred antenna. So larches everywhere, big mountains, unblurred antenna. I think this is just like random coverage up through here somewhere. That's what I thought. I'm trying to think anything else possible here. Not really, I think. So I'm gonna go there. Ooh, could it be Magadan? Normally have like a tilted antenna, I thought. Sorry, I'll go there. I think that's most likely. Oh no, they were larches though, bro. I swear they were larches. Okay, we lost straight off that.
Yo, that was a baity round, I feel. There was like a surprising number of larches. I'm not sure if that's what influenced your guess, but
yeah,
there was a lot of larches.
Okay, I just thought that was way too many larches to be that far west, so wow.
Yeah. I was like kind of thinking you might go further east with the larches, but yeah, they were just some baity larches.
That's crazy. All right, should we try one NMPZ then?
I will go NMPC then, and you're no moving then?
I'll play no moving. I'll have all the advantage in the world. If I lose this, then I deserve to lose.
Yeah, well, best of luck.
Good luck, good luck. All right, if I can't win this, then I really deserve nothing, and my Russia practice has been all for nothing, I reckon, because NMPZ Russia is very difficult. Meanwhile, we have all the advantage in the world here. Here we have the A-type antenna, goes slightly more towards the right, and this is kind of slightly hilly, lots of birches, so this should be somewhere west of Moscow, which is where you see the A-type antenna, generally speaking. So yeah, Kaluga, Smolensk here. Just trying to think with the soil and everything. I think this looks pretty typical Kaluga, in my opinion. Okay, when I said that, I meant Smolensk, but hey, we were close there, and we actually got the Oblast. That's a good start, so immediately a nice one. And yeah, we would have got points regardless of where I went there, because the antenna helps so much. Next one here, standard antenna. Honestly, this is a fairly difficult round. I'm not really sure where this is. That might be Urals kind of vibes here with those mountains. Very poor road. So I was almost thinking inside Chelyabinsk, because the roads there are often poor. And then we also have those kind of hills, plus a lot of birches. So I think I might say we're inside the mountains here in Chelia. We'll see if that's right. And oh no, you need the road. Ah, that's bad. That's bad. Yeah. So 3.8k there. That's in Kostroma. Okay. So yeah, Kostroma's, I mean, not on a blast I frequently get correct, to be honest with you. So makes sense, I guess. Next one here. White car, is it? So we should be somewhere in Asian Russia here. Now we have the harbor there to our west. So this is honestly perfect. Should be difficult for him to get, but we should be in Kamchatka here. Trying to think if it could possibly be Magadan. Honestly, I always forget here. We have time to think about it. So that's big mountains over there to our west. And the antenna is tilted here. So I think it actually might be Magadan for that reason. Big mountains for the west there. So I think I'll click it in Magadan. If we were here, yeah, you wouldn't necessarily see the big mountains so close west, I think. Honestly, with a huge bay like this, I think Magadan's fitting better anyway. Has to be one of the two. But yeah, I think the Magadan car does have a tilted antenna, so I feel good about this guess. I think he'll get it too, in my opinion. But this is the view he gets, so he may not, obviously. Oh no. Gosh, guys, this is a big throw. Oh, that's why the mountains are so close, because that's that thing. Oh my gosh, I should have looked a bit harder. To be honest though, like you could see, like it was too far across the whole bay. That's embarrassing, bro. Okay, we can still do this, but I needed to get that right. And he gets it NMPZ, but not the bay or anything. Dude, screw that. This one should be somewhere in Arkhangelsk. It feels kind of warm in a weird way, but yeah, I think we just go Arkhangelsk. Yeah, I think he gets it too, honestly. It looks like the last one we had, so I'm just gonna go in the same area here. And okay, it was further north there. Yeah, just against the river there. That's why it was kind of hilly. But that's 3.3k, at least. Something good. But oh, he's playing NMPZ, guys. Don't forget. It's not exactly an easy, even playing field here. Urban is good for us, theoretically. We have no car here. It's wintry, so it should be fairly far south. It is very cold, but we have a lot of grass as well. So do we have any birches? That's the main question here. Obviously, in towns, trees are less useful because they can just be planted, but we do have birches here. So I'm going to go a bit further north here. Penza, Tambov. Something like that area feels good. I'm just gonna go Tambov here. And okay, we both went Tambov. Well, it's not too far away, so that's funny since the wave, I was in the wave back, fair enough. So, okay. interesting that we ended up with the same logic there, but obviously he didn't see too much, so that's really impressive. Next one here, got the long antenna. I think this might be pretty far south, so I'm looking for any birches here to try and confirm that theory. Got some hills there. It's interesting. So I thought it was deep south, but now I'm wondering, are these birches? Could be. Okay, in which case we would go a bit further north here. I don't think he's gonna get close here, personally. I think this is too difficult with that view, but I'm trying to confirm whether this tree is a birch. I think it is. I think that's a white trunk. I would go then up here instead, I think. Kind of the other region that I would expect to look at this. So yeah, I'm gonna go like Ulyanovsk region here. It's a bit sus because it still kind of looks south, but yeah, it does not surprise me that he goes south there. It was Oriol instead, so he actually still manages to be closer than us. Really annoying. We could have gone west there just as easily and had a big advantage, but at least we didn't get knocked out. It's good. Next one here. This is bad. He's gonna know the road. Although, why do we not have? Okay, we have the standard white car here. Very white soil. We got the road angle at least to make up for the fact that we are worse than him. I think this is just heading out of Yakutsk somewhere, honestly. But how far away? Honestly, white soil near the river seems like a decent shout here. We'll see if we're right. Okay, it was just Yakutsk. Damn, we were so much closer when I originally clicked, but we survived. That's good. 600 points. Honestly, I'm just waiting for that one round where we can kind of go for the knockout blow. Okay. Next one here. This is what he sees, remember? Nothing too much. What does that say? Unnavel. Unnavel. Yeah, not a place I've heard of, to be honest, so we should just forget about that for the moment. This kind of feels similar to the last southern versus northern toss-up we had. And again, we do have some birches here, I think. So yeah, again, similar region, I would say. Antenna's very neutral. I'm gonna go for that similar region, honestly. I feel like this is a fairly sizable place maybe, but I'm just gonna go in this, like for this kind of hedge here. Not really sure where this is. And okay, it was a bit further south there. Linevo. Interesting. Oh, it was an L, not an A. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, the northern guess there. Pretty standard stuff, I would say. This one, gonna be back in Sakhalin. We got the ocean west, and we got a lot of cabbages here, so it should be further south here. I expect him to get pretty close. I would just say it was there. That's gonna be somewhere there, or maybe on this section, but yeah, to be honest, it's only a matter of a few hundred points, so I'm happy to just go for it. And it was a bit further north there. Honestly, how much is this? Yeah, just 300 points. That's fine, I can deal with it. We are into the red here. Oh my goodness, guys. I can't believe he's about to beat us on an NP set. This just proves that even with that meta, this guy's pretty damn good. Here we have some wintry stuff in Generation 4 and no Google car. And this is what he saw, right? It's a lot of birches and it's hilly. So I would say that this kind of, with the hilliness to it, looks like the kind of south, North Samara, South Kazan region. I think that's where we'll go. So I'm just gonna go with him, I reckon. But this could be just as easily west. And it was, yeah, Ryazan. Honestly, I knew, because I've learnt with him, that's what the type of like thing he would expect to see there. So I knew I should probably go for it. But I honestly did get the west vibe looking around as well. But I didn't want to risk losing right there, you know. Next one here. We have the south antenna here. Very random mountains here. This is pretty cool. But this probably feels more like Grozny or Makhachkala. So I'll go that region, I think. I don't really know if Grozny would have mountains all directions like this, so I'll just go for this. He's probably trying to line up the exact 5k here, so I really hope that I picked the right kind of southern state. It could also be further west, like around Pachygorsk or something like that, so I'm a bit worried about that, but I hope that the further east goal works out here. Yeah, it was Pachygorsk region there, and that is going to be GG's, so you knew the road. We managed to lose that. Pretty crazy, but yeah, just goes to show that this guy is pretty good at Russia, so let's go congratulate him on his flaws here. Well, Finny, that was something.
We can try blink mode.
I think I'm going to concede defeat, honestly. This is, the blink mode I think would be too shameful of a win. But that was an interesting one. I mean, you had some super crack guesses in there. The Kostroma, I'm just never getting that. I just don't know that Oblast well enough. And for example, I forgot that they also have the tilted antenna on
Oh, was that tilted?
Yeah, it was
tilted. Yeah, sometimes Kamchatka looks tilted.
Okay, well, it was like very tilted looking.
Oh, okay.
And then also we saw them, and then you couldn't see it, but we saw mountains really close across the bay. I didn't look, see, I could see like there was some mountains across the whole bay. I didn't see this like little peninsula, which we could see if you look around 3. So I just thought that was the mountains across the bay in Magadan. Yeah.
No, it makes sense. It makes sense.
Oh my gosh, because I originally clicked there immediately, but yeah.
I was just looking at a house. I almost ocean hedged Kamchatka Magadan because that was my 50-50, but I decided
that was a really cracked guess by you.
Thank you.
I think we'll leave it there. GG's to Finn. I'll have his channel linked in the description. Go check it out. He's playing Russia very nicely, as you can see, and giving some tips. And yeah, guys, that was an interesting video. I'll have to return after some more practice and maybe win. But until then, Finn, thanks for coming on, and GG's.
Thanks for having me. GG's.
Peace, bro. All right, catch ya. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.